Fast access to your guns is necessary. And one of the biggest complaints people have with safes is that it takes too long to get to your life-saving gear when you need it most. Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. The two biggest complaints that I usually hear with safes are one, they're very expensive, and for two, if you need to get to your firearm in the middle of the night, something happens, that it takes too long to get into your safe. And so a lot of people just say that they'd rather keep their stuff not in a safe. Well, I think that you have to find the right balance between fast access and safe storage, especially if you have kids in your house or, if you have people come over or anything like that. If you are one of the lucky ones that just lives by yourself and you never have guests, then I guess you can leave your firearms wherever you want. But for the rest of us, we do have to store them safely, responsibly, but at the same time, we want to be able to get to them quickly. Now, we've done a number of videos on this channel about safe storage, fast access, different products. I've done a couple of different safe reviews of affordable safes. This one is just a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones we did in the past, but it has some features that actually make it kind of a lot better. This is the Blacksmith rifle safe. And before we go on any farther, I want to say that it is $319. $319 for a safe that you don't have to put together yourself. I've gotten a couple of other ones sent to me in the past that they basically come in a big box and you have to assemble the whole thing. Well, this one comes in one piece, so I already appreciate that. Plus, it doesn't only have a code, which it does have. You can use a code to open it. Very easy to set your code. But also, it has fingerprint access, which is very fast. That's the fastest fingerprint access safe that I think I've used. Like, a lot of them seem to have a little bit of a lag when you put your thumbprint or your fingerprint in. This one doesn't. Like, it's pretty much immediate. In fact, they claim 0.1 seconds. So 1/10 of a second to be able to get to your firearms. And it actually holds quite a good amount of firearms in here. So as you can see, I've got 4 full rifles in here very easily. And these are not really little rifles. Now, a couple of them are SBRs, but they've got suppressors on them, so that makes them a little longer. But they're also kind of thick. I mean, the Mark 18 there, big thick quad rail. That one's got a big Geisley rail on it. I've got a full 16-inch AK in here, and they all fit no problem. So it doesn't just fit hunting rifles that don't have pistol grips or vertical foregrips. It'll fit your ARs and your tactical stuff just fine with plenty of room to spare. So if you've got some DMRs, some 18, 20-inch barrel stuff, not a problem. It's also got a couple of sleeves on the door for pistols. So can have my carry guns ready to go. The SIG P365 XL, Smith & Wesson Shield Plus Carry Comp. Nice and easy, quick to get to, so I could put them away at night, but grab them when I'm ready for them. It's got space for mags. I mean, that's 4 full-size AR mags. Got a couple more in the bottom there. And then it's even got a whole cabinet up on top. Now, this one does just use a key, so don't lose that key. But I mean, I've got my night vision in here. I've got like 500 rounds of 115 grain 9mm. I know it says 350, but I've got more than that in there. And, obviously holds the weight just fine. 500 rounds of 9mm is kind of heavy. And it's just nice to be able to, lock your ammo up there, your night vision, whatever you want. And all your other stuff fits in here pretty well. Now, depending on the size of your gun collection, this will either work for you or it won't. But for me, it's actually kind of great because my collection keeps growing. And so while I have some other things here that guns can go inside of, more safes are almost always necessary. So the thing is, you can either buy a bigger safe or you can buy another safe. And so I've chosen with the another safe route. And I'm starting to get a lot of these things, but it's kind of nice. I can fit certain guns in certain ones, and it works out well. And this one thing I really like about it is the actual dividers and stuff. There's not too much stuff in here that's taking up a bunch of room making it hard to fit my rifles in there. These things are pretty low profile, but they are nice and padded. So it'll keep your guns good. Padding all inside, all around. Takes 4 AA batteries. Very easy to set up the code and the fingerprints. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Let's do that one more time. And that's how we shut the safe. So this safe provides security for my firearms, but what provides security for you online? If you say nothing, well, then you might be interested in this video's sponsor, which is Aura. Aura provides all of your online security in one very easy to use, very easy to set up app, and it's very affordable. $12 a month, but 2 weeks absolutely free to try it out. If you use my link down below in the description, that link is aura.com/sawtooth-tactical. Try it out for 2 weeks. Decide if you want to continue to use it or not. If you do, it's only 12 bucks a month. The biggest thing that they do for you is they go online, they find anywhere where your information has been leaked, and I promise you, it has. And they find all those spots, they find all the data brokers that have your information, that are selling it to scammers and spammers, and they submit opt-out requests on your behalf, getting you off of those data broker lists so that you stop getting spam calls and scam calls, and your information is just not out there anymore. They protect your privacy. And they do it in more ways than just that. They can manage your passwords for you. They give you a VPN so that you can, surf the internet carefree without worrying about anything because you're anonymous. They protect your home title. They give you parental controls. They do all of these things that individually would cost you a lot of money when you add it all together, but they put it all in one package for 12 bucks a month. But again, if you want to try it out and see if it is worth that $12 a month for you, 2 weeks absolutely free if you sign up using my link down below, aura.com/sawtooth-tactical. So what do I really think about this safe? Well, you gotta take it for what it is. And for what it is, I think it's pretty sweet and a pretty good deal. So it's not gonna be the same as a multi-$1,000 giant fireproof, ridiculously heavy gun safe. But what it is all of the features that you want that you can get for 319 bucks. And I think that for that, it's a really good deal. The fact that it has a thumbprint and it opens that quickly, and you can put in a code, and there's multiple ways to open it. I mean, you've got backup keys. So in case you need to, open it with the key if your battery dies or anything. Or two, you can plug it in. There's a little USB slot down here, right there. Plug power into it and open it that way too in case your batteries die. It takes 4 AA's. And if it's anything like my other safes, those AA's will last you a long time. But in case they fail, keys and batteries are good. You also get these are concrete anchors, a bag of them here. So while it might not be as heavy as some of the really big, really expensive safes, you can anchor it into the ground or into your wall. There's holes to do that very easily. I don't have it anchored in yet because I had to film this video before it'll move to its final location, which is going to be right over there next to one of my other safes. And, that's one of the things when your gun collection is constantly growing, you do need either more safes or bigger safes. And like I said, I've opted for the more safes thing. I don't really have room for a giant safe in this room. So multiple safes that are this size work pretty well. Now, a lot of these safes, when they claim how many rifles they will actually hold, I think it's kind of funny. Some of the other ones I have say they'll hold like 12 to 16 rifles. They absolutely will not. What I will tell you is I had 3 ARs and an AK in here, and it held those just fine. They weren't squished in. They weren't rubbing their against each other, scratching them up, rubbing the finish off or anything like that. So, I mean, for what you're paying for this thing, I think it's a pretty sweet deal. And you can get it on Amazon using my link down below in the description. You get 9% off. So it comes out to be a pretty sweet deal. So if you're looking for a safe and you don't want to spend a couple grand on some big heavy thing, you don't have space for some big heavy thing, maybe your gun collection is growing and you need more space, more safe, this might be a really good option for you. I want to thank Blacksmith for sending this out to review. The biggest thing I really like about it, so I've done a few of these, you know, more affordable, we'll call it safe reviews from companies that have sent them to me. The best one that I've gotten so far was another Blacksmith one. It was a pistol safe. We actually gave one of those away last year. And so when they wanted to send me out a rifle safe, I said, hell yeah, let's try it out. And the cool thing about this one is, again, you don't have to assemble it yourself. It feels a lot more solid than some of the ones that you do have to assemble yourself. Now I'm sure I'm gonna get those people in the comments that say, this isn't a safe, it's a gun locker. Call it whatever you wanna call it. It does what safes do, and bolt it to the ground, bolt it to your wall. Yeah, it's not ridiculously heavy. It's not gonna be fireproof for 1,000 hours, but it also isn't gonna cost you $5 grand, 319 bucks. So if you're looking for something where you can keep your kids out of your guns, out of your ammo, your night vision, whatever, you know, lock your valuables up in it, hide the key, I think it's pretty sweet. I kind of like that there's 2 separate compartments here, you know, so that you can, you know, keep your ammo up here and your guns down here if you want. Use it however you want, but I do really appreciate this kind of thing. Even in my other safes, it's nice to have something in the top that I could throw other stuff in that I want to be in a safe without it just cluttering up the bottom where my rifles are. And it's kind of nice to have its own separate door for that. I like that. And again, that ammo can full of 9mm is not light. And so obviously it holds the weight just fine, that shelf. The whole thing seems pretty dang solid, to be quite honest. And again, 319 bucks. So let me know what you guys think about these kinds of budget safes down in the comments. If you think that they are worth it, worth spending your money on versus saving up for some big expensive safe. You know, you got to think, if a criminal breaks into your home, if they're determined, they're going to get into one of those big, heavy, expensive safes too. I think these are mostly for keeping like your kids and unwanted people out of your guns. Something that just locks them up will deter most people from getting into something. And I think that that's what this is for, and I think that it does a good job at doing that. And that's pretty much what I need. You know, you can spend a couple $1,000 on a safe, or you can spend that couple $1,000 building out your dream rifle and spend 319 bucks on a safe. Up to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. Make sure you subscribe to Sawtooth Tactical. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.